Hi, it's Rich Bennett from the Ontario Regiment Museum, Maintenance Coordinator. Today we're going to give you a little bit of a special treat because we've got one of our Leopard 1A5s with the back deck off. We ended up damaging an accelerator cable and had to have replaced. We're going to give you a little walk around the engine compartment and some of the components that are there. While we've got it apart for the accelerator cable, we're going to be replacing batteries, doing routine maintenance that we do over the winter, and keep these vehicles up and running because this is something that we have to do just to keep them operational and allow us to bring them out to the public. So what you're looking at here is two pieces of the back armor plating that go over the engine deck. Normally it'll come off in one piece, uses a mechanism to hold the two together and keep it at the appropriate angle and lift it off the back deck. Once we get it down off to the floor, we separate it so that we can stack it and store it so it doesn't take up a lot of space. There's a couple different components on top of the deck. This is the base rack for the ammunition shells. This normally is on the turret floor. We've had to remove it to give some more clearance for moving battery covers. This nice big white box here is for ammunition for the coax gun. Come off the side of the turret so that we can make some more room again. These are the new batteries that we're going to be putting in. Some of the old batteries are on the other side. So if you follow me up the stairs, we'll give you a walk around the engine compartment. All right, so this is the engine and transmission engine compartment of a Leopard 1A5. So going from forward to back, this whole piece here is our Mercedes MTU engine. It's a V10, it's twin supercharged, produces about 830 horsepower, diesel engine. Behind the engine, this part right here, you can't see it, but underneath this cooling fan here is the transmission. One of the parts that I'm stepping on here is radiator on the left side, radiator on the right side. So it pulls air in through the back deck, mixes it through the radiators and pushes it out the back and cools the exhaust as it comes out of the tank to reduce the heat signature on the tank. Now other components inside the engine compartment, we've got our brake accumulator at the back that produces about 175 bar of braking pressure for the disc brakes on the tank because being 48 tons, you need a lot of brakes to stop this. And it will stop on a dime. A brake reservoir. This cooling fan is a hydraulic fan driven off the transmission, and it'll start when the temperature switch tells it to, when the engine gets up to about 83 or 90 degrees Celsius. Going forward, routine stuff that we would normally check with the back deck on. We got our oil dipstick. We got our transmission dipstick. We've got an oil filter down here that we have to rotate when we start. This item here is our coolant reservoir with the cap that we check when the engine's up to temperature with the coolant hot so that we can verify what the level is in. On either side of the engine, we got one here and one on this side are the exhausts for the tank, for the engine. This is one of 3 fuel cells in the tank. We've got 2 larger fuel cells, one on the left side, one on the right side, hold about 450 to 475 liters. And then just forward, right here, we've got one small 30-liter day tank. Now that day tank has a cap on it and it's pressurized, takes feed from the 2 main tanks, and it allows the tank to feed fuel to the engine with the tank at any level. It can be on an angle, it can be facing down, facing backwards, but we always get fuel delivery because that tank being pressurized feeds the secondary part of the fuel pump, which feeds the rest of the engine. So it's always full. Once you do run out of fuel though, there's a light on my dash that'll tell me you got to find fuel fast because you only got 30 liters left, which is not a lot of fuel to run these tanks for the time that we need to run them, being that they're such a big diesel. It is something that we're used to doing because we have to do routine maintenance on this. The cable structure that had to be replaced involved this new cable here, which feeds our accelerator linkage, which feeds our injector pump, which feeds the fuel to the engine, causes the engine RPM to come up and down. Now, just for example, this is one end of the cable. This cable stretches the whole length of the tank and is roughly 18 feet long. So it takes a bit to get it out. You have to take a lot of components outside of the turret, outside from the turret, to make enough room to actually slide the cable in and get it up to the driver's compartment from where it needs to go. That's pretty much it for our Leopard 1A5. All the Leopard 1s pretty much have the same power plant, same hull design, so it's very common to see these. Not very common for the public to see them, but like I said before, we have the back decks off at least once a year to do routine maintenance. So I hope you've enjoyed the little walk around the Leopard 1A5 engine compartment. We hope to see you again. Keep an eye out for our videos, and please visit us at Ontario Regiment Museum on Facebook at or tankmuseum.ca. Have a good day.